what my experience has been in looking at the well-being of nurses, which is what the Wellbeing Coaching Initiative focuses on, is that to Vi's point, when you change a culture, when you create a culture and build on a culture of well-being, which is what Cone Health is doing, it changes everything. It changes how nurses value themselves and value where they get to work, because they feel the support. And every one of them that has gone through this initiative will talk about that. They've invested in me. They really feel like they're invested in. They feel like they have a voice. And then they get to, after being coached in the 8-week intensive, they get to go and share it with somebody else as a coach or as a champion. So it really does become a cultural initiative. And, to Andy's point, it's quantitative. We know there's an ROI. They can tell you what they have saved on turnover in the last year, but it's also qualitative as well, because when you feel good about yourself and what you do every day, you are more engaged, you are safer, you are a better representative of Cone Health in general, of nursing, of the unit, of the department you're in. And here's what I get to see, which is why this is such a gift. I get to see these nurses transform because of the work they do. That they transform. Educationally, they go back to school. They are looking at degrees. They create new positions. They apply for new positions. We've had 2 from the coaches currently. We've had actually, I think it's 3 promotions just in the last year, because they're on fire. That they love what they do. They want to do more. They want to share this, and of course, them coaching other nurses reinforces their own practices and behaviors. So. And what Andy already mentioned, do you think this affects the patient outcomes and safety and quality? Of course it does. It affects everybody, because it becomes infectious in a good way, in a positive way, because people see there's a different way, there's different choices they can make, which is really the crux of well-being. How do I make better choices for myself? How do I prioritize myself? And nurses, as we all know, are not always great at doing that, making choices for themselves. And so this is how we're normalizing. We're normalizing. Cone Health is normalizing well-being with their nurses and beyond.